Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Molly, and today I wanted to take you with me and show you my apple harvest. Now I have 4 different kinds of apples. 2 of my trees are brand new and only produced 1 apple each, and those apples fell off early because they were a little too young to be carrying apples anyway. And then my other 2 apples are planted in the Dave Wilson backyard orcharding method, where I planted 3 trees in a hole. One of the trees is a pear, a Bartlett pear, and we finished harvesting that a while ago, and I'm just eating the last of the pears. And then the other 2 are apple trees. Now let me show you which varieties I have, and then we'll get on with the harvest. So on this side, we have a September Wonder Fuji. In the middle is my pear. And then on the other side is a Jonah Gold. Now the September Wonder Fuji always ripens first. This is the end of September. I think it's like September 28th or something like that. And the September Wonder Fuji are definitely ready to be harvested. And the way I tell they're ready to be harvested is this area, the lighter areas, instead of being green, turn yellow. This one I harvested a little bit early, and it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but it's a little bit green still. But the rest of them are definitely ripe. Now let's go look at the Jonah Gold because it ripens just a little bit later. This is my Jonah Gold. It's starting to get ripe. You're starting to see the color change a little bit, but when you look on the bottom, they're still a little green. These definitely stay more green than the Fuji, but they do need to be a little bit more yellow. Now, if you ever have a question on whether or not your fruit is ripe, just pull one off and taste it. And I did that, and it was definitely not ripe yet. So this will be harvested in a couple of weeks. Now, one of the reasons I like using the Dave Wilson Nursery backyard orcharding method is that you can get a longer harvest on your fruit by putting fruit that ripen at different times in the same hole. Now you can definitely Google the Dave Wilson Nursery backyard orcharding method. They have a lot of videos on YouTube. Maybe I'll find a good one on apple trees and link it up above. And then I'll also link up above a video that I did when I planted my pluots. Now what the recommendation is to choose like trees. And when I say like trees, I mean apples and pears have the same type of core. They're both palms. They're treated the same, they have the same kind of diseases, their growth habits are about the same, and their pruning methods are really similar. So if you choose trees that are like, you can also choose peaches and nectarines go well together. Pluots and apricots and plums go well together because the pruning habits are similar, the diseases are similar, so when you spray them with the same type of products. You can plant those trees, the similar trees, 18 inches apart in the same hole. Now let me show you the trunks on my apple trees and show you how close they are. So if we climb down in here, maybe you can see how close these are planted. This right here is my pear tree. There's the September Wonder Fuji. And then way over there is the Jonah Gold. They were planted about 18 inches apart, angled out a little bit. And now I have fruit that ripens at different times, so I've extended my harvest season. And it's worked out really beautifully. I really like this method of planting. So now that we've talked about my apple trees a little bit, let's get harvesting and see how much we get off my September Wonder Fuji. So here we have my harvest off the September Wonder Fuji. Some good, some not so good. So we're gonna go separate these out and see what we actually got that's usable. Now you do notice that there are organza bags on these apples. Some of them, the apple's actually outgrown the bag. I'm gonna have to cut that off. And some of them, the apple never actually matured. But for the ones where we got the bag on time, they really protected the apples and there's no real bug damage on them. Now we do have some apples that look like they don't have bug damage on them that weren't bagged also. So let's go see what we got. So here's what we got of all the usable apples. Some of them are small, have a little bit of damage on them. Some of them are huge and beautiful. Look how big these are. And they taste absolutely amazing. They have that wonderful Fuji apple taste. These are all of the bags that I was able to save. I just store them in gallon freezer bags. And what I'm going to do, I think, with this batch is I'm going to use my apple core slicer, slice them up, take the core out, take the skin off, and then I soak them in lemon juice, pour a little bit of cinnamon sugar over the top, and then I dehydrate them, and they are so, so good. And I eat a lot of those. And I eat a lot of apples that way. And if there are any left over, I'll probably do some applesauce. And I'm definitely going to use my Jonah Gold for applesauce when they're ripe. And they should be ripe in another 2 to 3 weeks. Thank you for coming along with me on this adventure. It's another late evening, but I feel really excited that I have all those apples harvested and that there are so many of them this year. Now, it doesn't look like a lot compared to full-size apple trees, but this is absolutely the perfect amount for what I need. So if my videos are helpful to you, I hope you like, subscribe, share some comments down below on what you're doing this time of year in your garden, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.